Get in, nerds. We're playing Victoria 3. We just got a hold of a giant pile of oil, so here's how that's going to affect us. So far, in our economy, we had 151 oil rigs, and this is going to double that. And more importantly, it's going to double it in a very small number of states, and that's going to mean it's going to have an outsized effect on the economy. So, that is going to unlock another automator method for our agricultural industry. It's going to make a bunch of things easier, including, I think, finally allowing us to get some of these on assembly lines. Let me quickly take a look at power plants, because we might be able to shift some more of these over to oil plants. Let me see, we got everything on coal except for... And oil is definitely more efficient. And power is actually reasonably affordable. So, of these automation methods, what actually costs oil itself? Okay, automatic bottle blowing does. And then if we go into houseware plastics, this would cost oil, but I don't think continuing to decrease the price of glass, because glass is like really, really affordable in my economy right now. Yeah. So continuing to decrease the price of glass is not going to be useful. Tooling workshops we can use oil for. So in about 8 weeks, we'll go ahead and make some decisions about that, what with oil becoming much, much cheaper. So we'll go ahead and unpause and schedule that for a little bit later in August. We are indeed going to help the Brazilian rebels, because that is what we said we would do. I'm going to grab the general who is in charge in Guyana. And put him on the offensive here. And USA siding with Brazil, eh? Interesting. Russia is siding with Spain against a communist uprising. I don't want... Not really in the mood for a fight with the USA right now. Oh, good. Excellent. Perfidious America. Well, that all went better than expected. Oh my goodness. Things are not going well in these areas. Let's suppress rebellions. And should get the construction efficiency up. Let me see. Spain is a parliamentary republic with universal suffrage. Okay, so I absolutely don't mind Russia intervening in things over there. Italy, you old so-and-so, what's going on? Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if we're hostile with them in some... Oh yeah, Two Sicilies has been siding against us in a bunch of different things for a while now. Anyway, I'm glad they've decided to all work together. That is fun. I'm glad they were able to form Italy. British Sigmund Freud. That's very funny to me. Alright, now that our armies are here, we should have absolutely no trouble winning the war for radical Brazil. That's right, Russia is fighting Mexico. And Cuba had a peasant revolt. That's interesting. We're continuing to improve relations with Russia, although I will say it's going a little bit slowly. Chemical warfare. That's, it's going to be a wild time. The next century, I mean. It's going to be bananas. Exile from Persia, that's interesting. We are doing battles on each of these fronts. It looks like we are winning all of them, which is very good. Alright, so I don't need to worry about this war very much, especially because we're advancing unopposed in the north on account of that's this goofy, funny way armies work in Vicky 3. So, we've near built a bunch of oil rigs. So we'll just go ahead and wait until those get finished. And then we'll be able to get going. Alright, so at the end of this week, our market will be absolutely flooded with oil. So, what does that do? In terms of the price of oil, it is indeed going down. We're still getting quite a bit of oil from trade routes, which is interesting. I'll let this go for a second and see how that... There we go. Yep, supply is going up. So let's get some of these industries automated. Wow, that's actually going to use so much of this oil. Are these oil wells maximally employed? They're not. Interesting. Very interesting. You know what? I think we need to produce some universities in these areas to make sure that we have necessary qualifications. Oh, and there's a market access problem as well. I was not thinking about that, but we can go ahead and fix that up. Here, 5 here. Naval battle, but we're... and our side is losing. Ooh, that's not ideal. Hopefully this front will be cleared out pretty soon. Interestingly, we're still... Hey, military. Get Rio de Janeiro, will you? Alright. But that has made a bunch of our industries more profitable. Textile mills can go to automatic. Power looms That will make them more profitable once the power plants are on an oil-based method, more of them. Let's grab another one of our big ones. Flip it over to oil-fired. And then furniture manufactories. Let's get you working on assembly lines. Really? Okay. Yes, you are still... You're getting towards being profitable. A big sugar shortage. Can we get sugar anywhere? Yes. Yes, we can. We can get some from Morocco. We can get some from Portugal. We can get some from Ovimbundu. Alright, that should be enough. I don't want to crash the game. I think we're winning now? Yeah, we're definitely winning now. Alright, cool. What is this now? A Makran military revolt. Okay, I thought this was relevant to the... Why does it say this is happening in Italy? Hey, get back here. A Medinian peasant revolt against Austria. Cool. Italy, are you going to get involved in this? Probably not. Alright. Oil in Congo. Excellent. Hooray. One additional oil well. This is too many fronts. Put some fronts back. Alright, well this war should be over soon. Man, I just don't know how the math works out on this. Let's put the tooling works. Oh, man. It's going to cost so much oil. Or so much coal. This should be... No, coal prices are still bananas. Do we have any coal available in the new territory? We do. But not much of it. That's really what I need more of. Gosh. It wasn't the oil, it was the coal. Yeah, I know Radical Brazil is in default, but they'll be fine. We're working on flash freezing right now, which is an electricity sink. Slovakia. Oh, that one. And there it goes. No. I'm not going to get 180 infamy trying to puppet Brazil, although it would be really, really funny. I just helped you in a civil war. I literally just helped you in a civil war. Buddy, why are you belligerent now? Stop being belligerent. Gosh. Okay, I guess my idea of moving to assembly lines was not viable. We're going to put you back on hand assembly. Textile mills want to go back to traditional looms, which is... No, you want to go back to mechanized. Well, I mean... all of these businesses are so much more profitable on these low automation methods. I don't get it. Am I really straining my economy this much? Man, I don't get it. It's got to be coal prices. That's what it's got to be. Putting some import routes for coal. Hopefully that'll help with it. There's civil war happening in Spain. No one, Russia is nominally on one side with this whole business in Slovakia, but I don't think they actually are because Austria is in the war and not participating. So I think that's Midland. Bengal finally got itself back together. Still an oligarchic council republic under the head of the industrialists and the military. Which is a really, really interesting structure. Go back to improving relations with them. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is a new Bengal. Because I thought we were having better relations with them for a while now. And now all my businesses have fallen back to low profitability. So if I put you to automation level 1, we'll see how that changes things. That still makes coal wildly expensive. If we go to hand assembly, you go back up in profit, and coal goes down in price a little bit. I wish these predictions were more reliable. Yeah, we're gonna switch over to assembly lines for all of our weapons industries. That's just something we've gotta. That's just something we've got to do. Once again, the oil plants are doing better than the coal plants, but electricity is actually fairly affordable in my market at this point. So anything Congo pipeline, we're gonna do it. So anything that only costs electricity, we should do. This costs additional dyes and electricity, so that's not going to work. Arc welding right now. The compression ignition tractor is an automator method that will reduce my coal consumption significantly in exchange for increasing my oil consumption. Which makes that actually genuinely quite tempting to do first. Oil is still quite expensive. You've still got turmoil. Do you have a labor shortage? Is that what's going on here? Railways are maximally employed. But you've got a trade agreement with Russia. Heck yes. You've still got a labor shortage. Okay, so, or you still got an infrastructure shortage. So we're going to build a few more railways. What about here? Infrastructure's good. Here, infrastructure's good. Yeah, I just missed one. Oil rigs are getting employed. But still not fully employed. Which is bananas, because oil is a wildly profitable industry in my empire. Okay. Refrigerated rail cars for livestock ranches, and we'll do the same for our fishing wharves. And our whaling stations. Do we have another automator method available for logging camps, which will cost oil and tools instead of engines and coal? I think that would be more profitable. Was it? No, not really. But it's better for my overall economy. Basically anything I can do to drop the cost of coal at this point. Because I have plenty of capacity to produce more oil in these areas. I'm going to queue in a few more railways here. Just want to make sure I don't hit a roadblock with that. Still at 97.8 infamy. That's pretty tolerable. And our truce with Tripolitania has expired. So I think that's where we're going to go next. But that's going to have to be for next episode, because I'm going to close out the year. And then be done for this episode. If we go to chemical weapons, that reduces provinces captured, which is not great. But it is a huge offense increaser. Oof. It's going to get dark. But it is the top tier method. Really wild devastation levels. Well, we'll do it. In the words of Indy Nidell, this is modern war. No way I can afford that. Black gold, black money. An inquiry has revealed that government politician Bernard Esperlin's recent wealth has been accumulated through bribes from oil companies, allowing them to lease land without bidding. And you're a general in Ethiopia. In an investigation like this, there's a way to know you're on the right track. It's that records of what you look for start to go missing. The harder you look, the more disappears, until it appears as if a man conjured his fortune from nothing. Once you force them to make it look like magic, you can start figuring out the trick. We must make an example of all parties in this scandal. Bernard Asperlin is forced to resign. Industrialists get mad because I jailed an oil baron. An elected official abusing his position is a severe crime. Bernard Asperlin receives harsh sentences, forced to resign. They both receives a harsh sentences, forced to resign. Okay, but this one only is making an example of him, and that makes the trade unions mad because I let off the oil barons more generally. Corporate leaders undermining our government cannot be allowed to walk free. This doesn't this doesn't get rid of him, but it reduces our legitimacy for 2 years, which is not good. Or even great people make mistakes. This can all be settled with some fines, and this is the same as this one. So I can either keep him, and I can either keep him, or I can lose legitimacy, or I can make, and then separately I can choose to make the trade unions or the industrialists mad. So I don't really require the assistance of the trade unions all that much. So I'm going to do this second one. To be honest, old age pensions is looking better and better, just to reduce my workforce ratio, but because as you can see I'm struggling with a large amount of unemployment, particularly concerned with unemployment in the heartland here in the metropole. But it is what it is. It's tough to keep an economy balanced, and I really require a lot more expansion than this. That said, it's been a fun episode. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you all on the other side.